0304 2024 CA1 to TT Dispatch 2030 status update. I got another operation in motion. I guess it's I don't know what to call this shit. I got Venezuela stabilizers. Yeah. I'm gonna call it Venezuelan stabilizers. So it's the wage price rates. Yeah. Wage rates or wage price rates. And I gotta run a strange setup that I was just working on. And I'm gonna do a baseline for the boulevard. So I'm gonna try this wall real quick. Or over here. This might work. The baseline is this would be 30 grand for EMS personnel, ambulance drivers, right? 40 grand for firefighters, 50 grand for police officers. So we got a nice little pay scale. So this is boulevards, right? Reset value. So what's going to happen is police officers, they got higher risk. So a lot of violent encounters. And firefighters, lower risk. Ambulance drivers, lower risk. So this is the baseline. The federal government in Venezuela, they're gonna do a mass job openings, or there's these career events. I forgot what it's called. It's like job expos or something. I forgot. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna start. All the cities in Venezuela are gonna start. I don't know if they have them because I know people left the country. So I guess we're going to try to get the police and the fire back, if they was already police and fire and medical, into their categories, right? So now we run into complications in the system. So the hospital sector, some EMTs, yeah, they do start at 30 grand in the hospital. Well, back when Obama was in office, EMTs would start at 30 grand in the hospital sometimes, or certain ones, as a ER tech. So I guess these are balanced out. The firefighter, they take more risk, so they get a bump in pay raise. And then we used to try to work to be a firefighter, like as a goal after becoming an EMT. So this actually is in alignment. So next we got the 25 cent per raise, right, annually. So all this is coming from the federal government. These are the wages. Now we get into the police sector. You got sergeants and lieutenants. So now the day rate that we collect off of people, this is going to start paying that. That's where the city comes in with their pay scales. So they could bump up the next level to like $1,000, you know, above like 50 grand. So it's like a corporal is like 51 grand, and sergeant 52 grand, lieutenant 53, captain 54. But captains in Philly, commissioners in Philly, they was making like almost a $250,000. So we got to work out some financial logistics. I think his name was Ramsey, Chief Ramsey or something. Something like that. He was making a lot of money, and then they wanted him to stay, so they offered him more. And yeah, so it's like some weird dynamics going on. So we got the city part set up. Now, let's say we at the hospital. This is where it gets weird. So the federal government is supposed to pay some kind of like baseline salary, right? So let's say I got me ER manager, right? ER techs are at like 30 grand maybe, and the manager is at 35, right? For the ER department. But that's a RN, so now that's a different pay scale. So we can't use that. So let's go here to like a regular warehouse, right? So you got labor at minimum wage, and then the manager is at like 35 grand, right? So let's say all this, the 35 grand, because it's like an average from 2012 or something. It's around that area. Management wages was around 35 grand, like lower level. Let's say we go back there, right? What happens is you still have it's that thing with the stock market. It's like participation in the employer's like stock plan instead of like all this excessive raises. Somebody invented like to take some of your pay, and then your employer matches it, and then they put it in a stock market, which is 401k. So this is why it kept wages down and it kept inflation down. So these two, the minimum wage plus the manager, they both get a 25 cents raise from the federal government simultaneously. So if they start the same year, every year after they get a bump up by 25 cents, right? So let's say this was like a McDonald's and a Burger King. This is the baseline. So their manager is making 35 grand. Their manager is making 35 grand, but the feds is paying it. So now, let's say they want to be competitive. They can offer $1,000 sign-on bonus, and then it's like they pay you $1,000 out of pocket because let's say you was better than all the candidates or you're the best manager in the region. They could pay you up to like 5,000. So the Federal Reserve the Treasury is paying you 35 grand, but this company is paying you 5 grand year over year. So you're making 40 grand year over year. And then you still get your 25-cent raise from the Fed. So now, because the Fed took away this huge chunk of money out of the expenses of the corporations, and then the overtime, the corporations paid down into the new formula for overtime. So we got to take this entire system and bring it over to Venezuela. And basically, when we do that shit, we got the wage scale set up, ready to go for a reset. And yeah, we just got to work it through all the sectors and break it down. And also, I think you guys sent a TikTok data drop that you need coal. You guys need coal mining. So I'm gonna put some operations in motion. So over out, gotta go.